I noticed that you had a misunderstanding about subtracting one polynomial, in this case a trinomial, from another polynomial. So I just wanted to work through this problem together. First off, just to kind of think a little bit about the parentheses and what their purpose is, what they're there for. These first set of parentheses is just used for clarification so that we kind of treat this as a single binomial. So we're going to start, we don't really need those parentheses. That's equivalent just to saying 2c squared minus 8. Now the second set of parentheses are really important because they're overriding the order of operations. With the order of operations, when we have addition and subtraction, we need to move right to left. But these parentheses are saying instead of moving left to right, I want you to do this inside first, and then whatever you get, you're going to subtract it. Now, since we can't combine those because they're not like terms, we need to instead, to get rid of these parentheses, we need to take this subtraction and distribute it to each of the three terms in that trinomial, in that polynomial. So what that means is we're going to subtract 3c squared. And we're going to, let's actually turn this into addition of negative 4c, just to be helpful here. So now we're going to subtract negative 4c, and we're going to subtract 1. So notice what I did with this distributing is that each of the three terms gets subtracted. All right, I'm going to clean up that double negative. So we'll have 2c squared minus 8 minus 3c squared plus 4c minus 1. And again, since I'm going to be moving terms around, I'm going to take all the subtraction and turn it into addition of the negative like that. All right, our final step is to find like terms, exact same variables. So those two are like terms. This one with the c, there's only one term with c. And then lastly, the constants, we have 2 right there. I should have turned that into plus negative 1. I'm just going to move my like terms so they're next to each other. 2c squared plus negative 3c squared plus 4c plus negative 8 plus negative 1. Now to combine the like terms, 2c squared plus negative 3c squared is going to be negative 1c squared, or just negative c squared. 4c didn't have a like term. And then we have negative 8 plus negative 1, which will give us plus negative 9. And lastly, I'm going to turn that double sign. Adding a negative is the same as subtracting. And there we've subtracted the second polynomial from the first polynomial, and that gives us this last polynomial. So again, the big idea here is these parentheses, we can't just remove them. Instead, we have to distribute that idea that we're subtracting each of the terms in the polynomial. All right, I hope you found that helpful. If you have follow-on questions, please don't hesitate to send me an email, ask me in class, or come to Math Lab.